And those were really good too. Very nearly more excellent than the original. And yes, there is a point to me showing you what I had for breakfast today. Those take me to my happy place. I don't always eat breakfast, but when I do, it's homemade sausage muffin knockoffs. Welcome to the Daily Creek. Wisdom with a side of ibuprofen. It's the only show where fiber is discussed more seriously than politics. Today we're taking a little journey talking about senior nutrition and the massive gap between what doctors and influencers think you should eat and what older adults actually want to eat. Because according to every health article on earth, seniors should survive on kale, quinoa, and disappointment. Meanwhile, most retirees are sitting there saying, "That's nice. Now pass me the mashed potatoes before I get cranky." You ever notice that every nutrition article aimed at seniors sounds like it was written by someone who's never tasted gravy? They always say things like, older adults should consume nutrient-dense foods rich in antioxidants. Buddy, Harold fought in Vietnam. He went through 2 recessions and still owns a VCR. He doesn't want antioxidants. He wants pie. Banana cream pie. And nutritionists always use words nobody over 65 has ever voluntarily said out loud. Ancient grains, plant forward, gut biome, impossible meat. Listen, if your lunch sounds like a science experiment, we seniors are already reaching for a grilled cheese sandwich. Now, to be fair, older adults know what they should eat. We know about cholesterol. We know about sodium. We know sugar isn't great. In fact, some people consider sugar to be poison. But at a certain age, food becomes emotional. A bowl of soup just isn't soup anymore. It's 1964. It's snowy and cold outside. Your mom's in the kitchen. And somebody's yelling at you because you touched the thermostat and you left the light on in the bathroom. Sound familiar? That's why we seniors don't just eat food. We eat memories. Nutritionists say, choose lean, dry chicken breast and leafy greens. Seniors say, did you say meatloaf? Meatloaf somehow wins every time. Another thing nobody talks about enough, and that's texture. That becomes very important as you age. Young people will eat anything crunchy, chewy, spicy, raw. Meanwhile, seniors are out here evaluating food based on, can I chew this without sounding like a cement mixer? At some point, every older adult develops a personal food policy. Is it too hard? Nope. Too spicy? Nope. Too chewy? Nope. Not going to touch those things. That's why casseroles have survived for generations. They're soft, warm, predictable, no surprises. Casseroles are basically the sweatpants of food. And there's definitely a balance, because every doctor says you need heart-healthy foods. But every senior citizen says, I also need foods that make life worth continuing. There comes a point where people stop counting almonds and start counting joys. You'll hear seniors say things like, I'm 74 years old. If I want bacon, I'm having bacon. Just an aside, can we stop putting bacon in everything? Moderation, people. By the way, if you enjoy this content, click subscribe and hit the thumbs up. It really helps out a new channel like this one. Older adults have already lived through margarine being healthy, then unhealthy, then healthy again, then suspicious, and then some kind of frankenfood plastic stuff. At this point, we don't trust nutrition science unless Jack Nicholson personally endorses it. Every senior household has at least one snack stash. I bet your house has one. Doesn't matter how healthy a person claims to be. Somewhere in that house, there are peppermints, cookies, M&Ms, or a mysterious tin that may contain sewing supplies or Danish butter cookies. And we love saying stuff like, oh, I don't really snack anymore. Meanwhile, there's enough hard candy in their car to supply a movie theater. Now, on a serious note for a second, eating really does change as we get older. Appetites shrink, taste buds change, Medications affect flavor. Some people lose interest in cooking entirely. And then cooking for one person, well, that can feel depressing. Nobody wants to spend an hour cooking salmon and asparagus just to eat alone while they're watching reruns of Barnaby Jones. If you know, you know. That's one reason seniors drift toward comfort foods. They're familiar, easy, and comforting, and emotionally satisfying. Sometimes nutrition isn't just about vitamins. Sometimes it's about morale. I'm not saying to ignore your doctor's advice about your health and what you might need to eat. I am saying that moderation and giving yourself a treat once in a while without having guilt is okay. Can we finally admit something together? Healthy substitutes are rarely fooling anybody. Cauliflower is not pizza. Zucchini is not pasta. It's barely a vegetable. And yogurt is not basically ice cream. No, it's not. And an Impossible Burger is not a burger. That's like saying a garden hose is basically a jacuzzi. We especially can spot fake food immediately. You hand a retiree a sugar-free pudding and they'll look at you like you insulted their ancestors. Here's the truth. Most older adults already know moderation better than anybody. We grew up before supersized meals, before energy drinks. What was an energy drink? Before bacon was added to donuts and ice cream and everything else. Most seniors don't need a complicated nutrition app. They just need common sense, and they have it. Eat more vegetables, drink water, get protein, don't live entirely on toast and pie. Simple. But also have that birthday cake. Enjoy Sunday dinner. Eat the mashed potatoes, because food is one of life's remaining great pleasures, especially after retirement, when your biggest daily decision is, do I take a nap before or after Judge Judy? So maybe senior nutrition shouldn't be about perfection. Maybe it's about balance. A little healthier here, a little enjoyment there, more real food, more shared meals, and maybe slightly fewer cookies hidden in the nightstand. Although, let's be honest, those emergency cookies are probably going to stay. Thanks for joining me on the Daily Creek today. We believe oatmeal lowers cholesterol, but pie lowers stress. Thanks for hanging with me today. I'm Jay. See you next time. Romans 10:9.